Hello, this is the Black White Soul, and this is Transformers Age of Extinction Now and Then 2-pack Strafe. Now this is a 2-pack where you get from the Michael Bay film Strafe, who's a two-headed pterodactyl. And then you also get, which they still call Strafe, but it's actually based on Generation 1, the original Dinobots, Swoop. Which I don't know why they decided to change his name to Strafe. Maybe they didn't have all the rights to Swoop. But that's generally what he's meant to be. So you get a little one with Strafe. And here we have the little, I have to call him Swoop, because he is Swoop. Single-headed pterodactyl. And he's a cool, cute little guy. Got his mini comport there, so works with older figures. And yeah, quite simple to transform. Split the wings in half. Fold down the very tips. Fold them up. Oh, if I find the right way to go. Sorry. I'm going to pop out. See that blue crest? We're going to push that forward, then push the legs in. And that will clip into the legs. If you just find the right angle, there's one, there's two. Oh. Yeah, being a little minifigure, it doesn't hold together the best, but oh, we're having a fight with him now. There we go. This back hinge is a bit stronger than the front clips. So just get these back hinges pushed forward first before you clip it all together. There we have it. There's the little guy in robot mode. His head sort of just chills out on the back there. Now, he actually has, I think we can just about see it, little fists moulded in there. But frankly, sometimes I actually prefer it to have, there might be short stubby arms, but I think the claws look a bit more like arms than the wing tips do. So I actually prefer him that way. But there he is. A Swoop-based colour scheme. Nice little guy. I like these. These are fun to use, fun little toys, and considering they're the same price as normal deluxes, it's a nice free bonus. Nice and simple. I think it's actually simpler going to beast mode for him. Flip up the toes, flip back the arms, split the legs apart, push down the chest, pull the head back. And then it's just a case of, again, using those stiff hinges. And then you see that goldy tab. It's going to slot into that gap there. And that completes his wings. Again, flip it round, goldy tab. Sits in there. Oh, focus. And there he is. You can have him flying. With a little bit of effort, you can actually get him to stand up in this mode. And here is Age of Extinction Strafe. And oh, I love the colours on this. Silver and blue and black. Again, beautiful colours. As I've said with all the Dinobots so far, glad they didn't stick with the movie colour scheme. But yeah. And look at that. Quite impressive wingspan. Nice Autobot symbols on the wings. I want to keep them slightly bent because you don't want his wings to have holes in. But yeah. The two heads, it's quite a strange thing to see as two heads, but they look cool. They both move independently. Wings manage to move. You can even get them tucked up in front. There, you can clap. Yeah, so wings have a surprising amount of articulation. And so do the legs, considering they're literally his robot legs. One thing you'll find out of the box is these tail bits where it's squashed up are curled right up. But as I've said before, it's soft rubber, so you can heat it up with boiling water. Again, if you're young, get a parent to help you with this, and then you can straighten them out. But generally, just because they're longer than his legs are, they do tend to bend up a bit when he stands, so they will probably bend round again. And let's pop up his accessories, which is a nice little crossbow, a nice sword, and another sword. Now let's get this guy transformed. So it's actually fairly simple. The arm is just pegged into the wing, just pop it forward, and that frees up the arm. Pop it forward, frees up the arm. Again, the legs are quite simple. His foot's up there, his beast mode foot's down there. Just flip it down, then push up the pterodactyl's toes till they click, and then spin the whole leg round. Flip it down, clip the toes up, flip it round. And that's most of his transformation there. Now these heads, turn them out to the side, push them down. That gives you enough room to unlock the head. Because when these are actually up here, that locks the head in place. Oh, go on camera, keep up with me. Yeah, so the head's locked into place there. But push those to the side and that unlocks the head. Push him up again slightly, and that will just keep him stable. Now you've got a hinge on the neck here, so it can just fold in. They don't lock onto his chest, but they do sit there fairly strong. Now, the best thing I've found to do with this backpack, or these wings, is fold it up. Fold up the other side so it overlaps. Then you can lift up the two tails and fold in the tips of the wings. So it forms like a little tail sitting through a little hole that's formed. And that actually gets his wings out the way quite nicely. Almost makes it look like he's wearing a cape. Again, absolutely love the colour scheme. Lots of detail in there on him. And I do like the way the wings fold into a backpack. They actually make a nice looking cape. If you want, you can just have them out to the side. And, oh, let me actually zoom out. Nope, still not enough. So let me move him further away. And yeah, you can see he's got quite an impressive wingspan. Looks quite cool like that. But I do personally prefer them to be tucked up and out the way. And with him having all that stuff on his back, his arms still have good ranges of movement all the way around, and his legs just can't go back, of course, because there's a big plastic cape there. For his accessories, he's interesting. He's the only one of the Dinobots that comes with a firing weapon. You see it's got a little plastic bit at the end. Let's see if I lose the missile. You just pop that forward. Yeah, it didn't fire very long. So I don't actually have it pointing somewhere. Push it forward. Nah. Doesn't fire very far, I'm afraid. I think it's all to do with how hard you give it a... Oh, there we go! And that's flown off down the back of my table. I do actually prefer this type of firing mechanism to like the spring-loaded one, just this friction one. Because that means you don't keep knocking the missile. To get that out, it takes a fair bit of force. You're not going to accidentally shoot it off. You stand up, Strafe. Just push your feet forward a bit. There we go. And yeah, Crossbow fits in his arm, and he can fire it at foes. Though, as I said, I don't really know why he came with this, because none of the others come with a shooting mechanism. And because he doesn't really have anywhere else to store it, because he also comes with these two nice looking swords. And I think he looks far better holding these. If you can get it in his hands. Yeah. See, I think he looks far better holding two swords than he does with just a crossbow. And again, I'm really liking all the head sculpts on these guys. They all sort of make a good, coherent team, but they're all just so unique and different. Fantastic design there. Well done, Hasbro. And Takara, whichever one actually came up with the design. Now we'll just pop off his weapons and get him back into two-headed Pteranodon mode. Pterodactyl mode, whichever the flying one is. So, fold out his wings, that just gets them out the way. Heads, flip out, and just push down the robot mode head, and that will let you push up the two dinosaur heads. Legs, pull down the toes with the pterodactyl, flip it round so it clicks, and rotate. Pull down the toes, flip it round so it clicks, and rotate. Now it's just about a case of lining up these wings, and you see that tab there is going to go into that hole there. And it's just about lining them up. Ooh, and finding out where it fits in. Line it up. Oh, no. Make sure the shoulder is rotated up there, and that gives you makes it close enough so you can pop the tab in. Get that head you knocked out the way down. And there you go. For storage, you can pop. Oh, I forget how long this guy's wings are. Pop the sword, and I like to try and make it blend in with the wing by tucking it up. You can have them as sort of spikes, so he's flying at someone and going to poke them. But yeah, I prefer to have them down and just flush against the wing. He's got a hole on the back. That's where you can pop in this peg so he can carry his crossbow. And there he is. Rawr. Back in two-headed pterodactyl mode. Do I recommend this set? Yes, I do. I think Strafe is, again, really good figure. Hasbro with these Dinobots is doing so well. Simple transformations, but effective. Both modes look good. Robot mode is lovely. And then you get this little guy down here for free, with the price of it being the same as a deluxe. So yes, I highly recommend picking him up. That is Evolutionary 2-pack Now and Then Strafe. Lots of words on this one. But yes, if you have any further questions, feel free to leave me a message. If you want to know about any other Transformers, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer any questions and make a video if you request it. Until next time, TTFN.